All right, welcome back to the channel, dude. So I decided that we're gonna do some X tonight because it's kind of like what everybody's doing. So, um, yeah, there's like a whole bunch of things going on, but Nux has all of it. He's like supposed to. The hell is this, dude? No, where is post? Are you kidding me, dude? Why would you have an X but like not post anything? Maybe this isn't his account, or maybe he just has this to get on there. Let's just go to Nexener. All right, well, whatever, dude. No, this is his. I want to go to the ones that he's. All right, so we're discussing Iran right now, and then Hassan Piker, which I have Hassan's exact location. So, yeah, Hassan supports terrorism and the invasion of our countries, and he's not even American. So, I am eating spaghetti tonight. It's like really good spaghetti. Let's just see what he's saying.
Iran is sending their negotiators. They are doing their absolute best to make some sort of deal, despite the fact that they were saying that they were winning this war. That's so weird. It seems like they're really not winning this war. The Donald is not letting them get away with any shenanigans. Every time that they say something he doesn't like, he just bombs them in the middle. Right? Netanyahu and Zelensky are showing up to discuss things, and in one of the biggest twists of all time, Zelensky is bombing Iran. Again, I did not expect to live in this timeline where Ukraine would be bombing Iran, but we are here. We are literally watching all of our ops get decimated in front of our eyes. No one saw this one coming. We got a couple more Islamic terror attacks that are probably not the fault of Muslims, and I don't want any Islamophobia to happen. We got Hassan Piker destroyed. We got Japan turning on trash taste. All right, we got an entire Steven Universe fandom collapsing.
Dude, so there was a terrorist attack against LGBxT, dude, and the freaking liberals came out and were like, oh, I wish that it was a Christian that committed this terrorist attack, not a Muslim. Man, none of them are educated or know anything that's going on. It's like literally seeing like a whole planet of like retarded SP STPD, DMB, low 20 IQ people shooting missiles back and forth, slandering each other in fucking social media, dude, and like oblivious to like what's actually going on, and they're just like all like fighting and like killing each other off. So yeah, we are going to be going into World War III. Well, we're already in the beginning stages of World War III. If you ever study how world wars start, or huge wars start, there's like certain patterns, and we are in the initial stages of World War III. It'll get to the point to where there's like full nuclear exchange eventually, because eventually it'll just escalate to that. And the second anybody launches one, they're launching them all. Anyways, listen to this for a second while I eat some spaghetti, because there's like a lot of things that we need to talk about.
Because it turns out all the voice actresses are MAGA people. All right, Hollywood is in shambles. It's just absolutely miserable for all of our ops. Definitely subscribe. We do a deep dive on every weekday on all of the things, every single weekday. It's awesome. Everyone loves it, unless you're a leftist or gay. Gays don't love my content, so definitely if you're straight, subscribe. We have a very, very boisterous heterosexual community that we are doing our absolute best to straight max absolute W's around. I am fully demonetized on YouTube. God, I have no idea why. However, if you want to support me on Patreon, that would be very appreciated. I stream almost every weekday on Kick and coming to Rumble. And this video is uploaded to Rumble too. So if you want to support me there, that'd be great. Anyway, lock in, boys and girls. We got lots of morons to talk about. The Donald is decimating terrorists and also Iranians. I was talking about the leftists when I said terrorists. Did you see what I did there? Anyway, it's going very poorly for them. Give the enemy nightmares is the new Donald Trump doctrine, and I have to say I fully support it. Now, a lot of people like the idea of not winning wars because that might accidentally kill your enemies. Now, I like winning wars, and the good news is it kills your enemies. I'm convinced that too many people are homosexual these days. Now, the White House released possibly one of the most cursed, brain-rotted animations of all time. Bro. Listen, man, I'm not going to sit here and make believe I understand what goes through the minds of the people that are in charge, but I do know that they're killing terrorists, so I support it. Anyway, so the Donald keeps annoying these people. I feel like this dude just shows up. This dude just shows up and just makes the left seethe. All right, he posted stuff, Trump 2028, and they're like, give the enemy nightmares. No, we're supposed to love our enemies. All right, you know, bro does not stop posting the 2028 memes. And the reality is, these people are really, really angry about it. Every time Trump does something a little bit funny, the most annoying people of all time immediately start bleeding out of their...
Dude, that's like typical leftist behavior. You're supposed to love your enemies, right? And then they try to quote Jesus, and it's like, dude, you don't even believe in God, and you hate Christianity. Why are you preaching Jesus or attempting to use Jesus as an argument? Like, you have to believe Christianity, the Bible, any verses in the Bible, and anything that Jesus ever did and said out of any of your fucking political arguments, because none of you guys believe in Jesus. None of you worship God. You don't believe in God, and you don't believe in the Bible. You would rather pick a religion that's 1,000,000 times worse than Christianity. You would rather pick Islam and like worship Islam, the very religion that's like getting rid of you all. They literally used you to invade your countries to get rid of you. They're just not in the stage of getting rid of you yet. I mean, they are on a small scale. It's the stupid ones that aren't being patient and sticking to the plan, right? Or the ones that are dumb enough to like not check to make sure that they're not jihading a freaking LGBxT before they jihad them, right? Because I mean that would work against your plans. I don't think any leftists ever watch any actual news, dude, because if they did, they would have seen all the Islamic terrorist attacks and yeah, all the Islamic terrorist attacks over like the last freaking so many years and decades. And even studied the history of all the invasions of Islam all throughout history, dude. I left all my forks at home, so I'm stuck with this crappy plastic one that keeps bending them. It's like pissing me off. Anyways, let's continue.
Anus. Because they're reminded of all the sodomy that they went through the day before and how unbelievably pathetic it is. Witnessing a true man, a real man. Now, an incredible slight to the ego of the left. This is heartbreaking stuff. It really is. CBS News poll has that the Trump approval among Republicans is at 88% plus 2. Disapproval is at 12%. So remember when they told you that everyone hates Trump now. Well, it doesn't really seem that way, actually, for those of you paying attention. In fact, if you look at the Democrats, their popularity is in absolute free fall.
Congress. In late February, at the beginning of the war, it was minus 41 points, minus 39, minus 39.
Dude.
And so you're just looking at these numbers right here, and you go to yourself, no wonder what's going on at this point, that Democrats simply put cannot take the ball and run with it and actually in the polls be trusted more than run, because the Democrats in Congress simply put are not well liked. In fact, these are the three lowest on record in terms of percentage points for the approval for Democrats in Congress. So,
but I was told that Donald Trump is doing so badly, everyone hates him, and the Democrats are going to sweep all the things all the time because of how bad Donald Trump is. Meanwhile, the Democrats are the most unlikable people on the face of the planet, whereas the Donald, on the other hand, is literally up.
Republicans weren't around. In April, according to a Washington Post Ipsos poll, the Democrats were more trusted by 2 points. Again, close margin, no clear leader. But look where the shift has been. If anything, the shift has been in the Republican direction.
Oh, no. The funny thing is, voters, this is broadly, this isn't just Republicans. Broadly, voters trust Republicans with Iran. They're witnessing the Iranian terrorists slaughter their own people, slaughter everyone around them, bombing their neighbors, attacking our bases, bombing civilians, attacking ships in the Strait of Hormuz, and they're like, wow, maybe we actually should fucking decimate those idiots. Maybe those goat maxers in the Middle East should absolutely just be completely eliminated. This is a really hot take. Now, the funny thing is, everyone was sure that this would completely destroy Trump. All right, the propaganda coming out from the morons on the right, like Tucker Carlson, who's in bed with those guys, all right, and everyone else. All right, all those guys are doing their absolute best to work with the terrorists to make it look like we're losing the war and it's totally bad and it's and yes, the people that are having sex with their cousins are inherently great people. Now, again, I'm not trying to say that there's any group of people that largely have sex with their cousins, because that would be rude to those people, which I would never insult. But killing terrorists is awesome, actually. And a lot of people aren't willing to acknowledge that. Now that people are being like, wait a second, these are terrorists. And everyone that says, oh, but now they have the Strait of Hormuz. I have one guy in my chat, he keeps showing up, oh, yeah, well, before the strait was open, and now the strait is like sort of closed. You do realize they could have closed the strait at any point. You do realize if they had nuclear weapons, they could close the strait and there would be nothing we could actually do about it. You realize if they had more ballistic missiles and a capable military, we would have absolutely nothing that we could do to open the strait. All right? Now the strait is like semi-open, semi-closed, but we could fucking steamroll their asses. All right? We don't have to worry about the fact, oh, what if they use a nuke? They don't have a nuke. All right? So the strait was always in their hands. The difference is now we have the firepower to completely demolish them, with, thank God, minimal casualties. Now, Andrew Yang announced that he heard that Kamala Harris's camp is telling people in California that she's preparing to run again in 2028, which, once again, is the greatest news. Which is the greatest news I have ever heard, personally. That we're going to get Donald Trump fourth term, all right, at this rate. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is incredible stuff. This is truly diabolical. I've never seen something like this before in my life. Now, to all the people saying that Netanyahu is secretly controlling Donald Trump, and the only reason why we don't want Iran to have nukes is because of the Jews. Well, the Donald does not agree.
It's got to be money that would actually indirectly come to us. So we have a lot of interesting things going, but our country is the strongest we've ever been. It's the hottest country anywhere in the world. And frankly, it would be very nice to a lot of countries that would not survive without us. And you know who wouldn't survive without us? Israel. BB's coming, he'll tell you. If I didn't get involved and if I didn't blow up those nuclear, essentially soon-to-be nuclear weapons, the dust, as I call it, Israel would have been terminated months ago and years ago.
Oh, shit. Well, that's pretty wild. Doesn't sound like the Jews are getting him to say that, does it? Anyway, then they asked him about Iran.
We've pretty much destroyed their military. They want to meet, and we're meeting. We'll see what happens. There's a chance we can make a deal. Without what we did, they wouldn't even be talking to us. They requested a meeting through their surrogates and directly.
They're begging you for a deal. They're like, we'll send all of our negotiators.
Dude, why does Iran keep saying, we want to make a deal, dude? No, you don't. Because there's a bunch of times that Trump sat down at the table to talk with you guys and explained that you're not going to have nuclear weapons and told you to stop murdering hundreds of thousands of innocent civilians in the streets just because they don't want Islamic terrorism invading their country, hijacking their governments, and taking over their governments and forcing everybody to live by their crazy Islamic freaking cult, right? The only thing that ever happens with Islam is jihad, burqas, and crazy laws where they like execute you for the most stupidest shit. So, no, you guys don't want to make a deal. Quit begging our president to stop and to make a deal just for you to go make a deal and then reverse that decision. Dude, have you not lost enough like soldiers and leaders yet? Like, I mean, you guys are getting blown up everywhere and you're just going to get blown up more. I'm just letting you know, it's not going to get way worse, dude. Clearly you haven't done any research about like what our military and air force capabilities are or what we've done to entire nations in history. So we're the ones that ended World War II, and I'd have to do research on World War I, but we end world wars. And so if we end entire world wars, we'll just end you too.
Please.
And we're meeting. Good things can happen. I guess oil dropped very big today. Stock markets, as of about an hour ago, was like through the roof. But no, they requested.
But I was told that there was going to be a total economic collapse.
The meeting. They would not have requested the meeting if we were doing poorly.
This is objectively correct, by the way. For those of you that are unaware, this is literally objectively correct. All right, if Iran was winning, they would not be begging every single day for another deal. But hey, some people don't like that. So then they said, but Netanyahu doesn't like the idea of you sending F-35 planes to Turkey.
Prime Minister Netanyahu opposes sending F-35s to Turkey. Are you going to
Well, look, Turkey's been a great ally for me. You know, I think he's done a very good job. Did a good job with Syria. He's a friend of mine, and nobody tells me what we should be selling and not. Turkey's been a tremendous ally for me.
Nobody tells me what we should be selling or not. Wow, it really sounds like Netanyahu doesn't actually control the president of the United States or something. It almost seems like all of the Islamists that are trying to push the narrative that actually Israel is controlling America, they're actually doing it just to kind of foment people to hate Israel so that they can win the sand wars in the Middle East. It almost seems like that's kind of the strategy. Now, I personally don't like the idea of giving F-35s to Turkey because I don't think they're to be trusted. They want to reestablish the Ottoman Empire. They're threatening people like Cyprus and Greece. Personally, I don't like the idea of this. However, the Jews are obviously not controlling him. All right, like we can all acknowledge that that's obviously not happening. All right, like duh. Now, in one of the funniest updates, now we're taking damage obviously by our war with Iran. They're bombing our military bases and as much as they can. And the Donald says, "Don't worry, we have a solution."
You said that Iranian assets will be used to pay for damages to ships that are hit in the Strait of Hormuz. Would the U.S. pay shipping companies directly?
No, we're going to use Iran's money to pay for the damage they did.
That's right, baby.
Iran money that we control.
We control all of their money, and we will use their money to pay for the damage they've done. Every missile.
Dude, how do we control all their money? Is it because we have control over the oil or whatever? That's kind of interesting, dude. Because, I mean, obviously that's what you would do. If they're causing the problems, you make them pay. Right? One way or another. So, I'll try to take a look in, like, whatever system he's got set up. But that's freaking hilarious, dude.
Every missile that they fire at us, we will be using their money to pay for the damage done. This is like what they call the reverse Barack Hussein Obama. Obama gives them billions of dollars in cash, and Trump is like, we will be using your money to pay for the damage you caused. Thank you for your attention to this matter. It's pretty diabolical. Yeah, I see people talking about Turkey. Yeah, again, I would not trust the Turks historically a people that have committed multiple genocides, including killing over 1 million Armenian Christians. Personally, I would not trust them with F-35s. However, whatever. The point is, obviously, Netanyahu is controlling Trump. Ain't nobody can control this man. He is unbridled, uncontrollable. All right. Now, President Trump says he won't spend much time on negotiations and will use strong military measures if talks with Iran fail. Now, again, the Donald is doing this diplomatically. Bro shows up, and he's like, listen, this is how it's gotta go. You're gonna give us all the things, yes? And they say, no, okay, we're bombing a bridge. Now are you giving us all the things? They say, no, okay, well, you're gonna lose a power plant today. That sucks. Anyway, so again, we tried the JD Vance strategy of like kind of making a deal with them, sort of kind of being like, oh, hey, you're totally reasonable people. You're not like angry and enraged, which is coincidentally a side effect of inbreeding. Not that I'm saying, obviously, that this has anything to do with anything, okay? Just the idea that people in my chat are pushing forward, that inbreeding is the cause of the unbridled anger in the Islamic world, is an Islamophobic trope, which I would never entertain on YouTube. Because I am the goodest boy. I am a good boy, okay? Listen, I will give you the goy slop and you will eat it, all right? I would never promote and propagate Islamophobic conspiracy theories, like the fact that literally, according to the world surveys, over 65% of Pakistanis are inbred, which is, again, a literal survey, which I personally would never, ever bring to your attention to understand. Now, a lot of people are actually starting to ask questions on the whole JD Vance strategy, right? Vance wanted to make a deal with them. Trump was kind of in the middle. Rubio said bomb them to hell, which is more in my opinion. Again, I don't want to get involved in a long ground war, but I do believe that you could stay in the air, on the sea, and erase them. I do support erasing them from existence, from the Codex. The Codex Astartes no longer needs chapters for the Islamic Republic. Now, even people like Tim Dillon is like, what is JD Vance doing?
JD Vance's character arc right now is his whole entire thing is just telling people what the vice president can't do. Like, what about the war in Iran? He's like, there's not much I can do. I just kind of hang out and, watch as I'm part of the administration that betrays its voters and does the opposite of everything it said it was.
Now, again, Tim Dillon is on this whole warpath about the Epstein files and satanic child sacrifice and stuff based on no evidence. However, the reality is, Trump said he was going to destroy Iran for the last 40 years. He's just keeping a very long promise.
I just kind of hang out and, this Epstein thing, who knows, what are you going to do? It's a lot of what are you going to do energy from the vice president. I'm not saying the vice president's like an all-powerful figure, but it's just hilarious that, that's his argument. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah, these Epstein docs, isn't that nuts, Joe? You heard about that? What? You're the vice president of the United States.
Yeah, it's rough out here, buddy. It's rough out here, buddy. Someone in my chat just said an Islamophobic metric about how 93% of women in Islamic Egypt experience sexual assault. I personally wanted to denounce the fact that there is Islamophobia in my chat and let you know that it's actually 99% of women in Egypt that claim to experience sexual assault. I just want to correct the record, but it has nothing to do with the Muslims, obviously, and I'm frustrated, to be honest, to see the Islamophobia in my chat. Now, Iran warns Ukraine of retaliation following an attack on Iranian commercial ship, and I'm like, wait, Ukraine? Do they mean Israel? Do they mean America? Ukraine? What are we doing here? Well, Ukraine just bombed an Iranian ship. This is what we call a crossover event, ladies and gentlemen. Today's episode of Cripple Fight, we have Ukraine holding off Russia on one side and bombing Iran on the other side. And we have Iran, they're out of leaders. Their current leader is gay, and he is involved in the battle. In this episode of Cripple Fight, no one knows who will win. This crossover event is something no one's ever expected. Ukraine bombed an Iranian ship, some would say. No one saw this coming. It came out of nowhere. Maybe Ukraine is our greatest ally. No, I'm kidding, obviously. Obviously, that's Japan. Iranian regime propaganda channels are threatening ballistic missile strikes on Kiev after yesterday's Ukrainian drone strike on an Iranian ship transporting weapons between Russia and Iran in the Caspian Sea. Oh my God. The Iranian regime should know that Ukraine's massive Flamingo cruise missiles have the necessary range for striking targets in Tehran. They can fly over Russia and the Caspian Sea to Iranian regime targets without violating the airspace of any country. Oh my God. Literally, no one saw this coming. So, of course, Iran is now threatening them because Iran is trying to get money and weapons to Russia. Obviously, Ukraine kind of at war with Russia. They don't want to get
Dude, I just want to say, all those freaking gifs or memes or whatever of freaking Giga Chat are just like hilarious, dude. That is like literally how like females measure males, dude. Right? The more Giga Chat you are, the more supreme you are at like their sexual selection, dude. So I'm just gonna go hit iron like crazy, dude, and just become like the closest thing to Giga Chad until I like surpass him into like a Mega Chad, dude. That's fucking funny, bro.
involved, so they are instead obliterating Iran. Again, this is the crossover that no one ever expected. Sky News. Are you? Let's see. Hold on.
Are you worried about Iran potentially attacking you? They've threatened because of what happened with one of their vessels.
Uh-oh.
Or is that not a concern?
And what do you think if Iran, from the first year of the war, gave new technology to Russia? It was Shahid drones. They gave thousands.
Can I just acknowledge the comedy of Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran, literally giving suicide drones
Dude, this
to Russia?
dude is a...
It's like...
Zelensky is a cross-dresser, and he supports the LGBxT terrorist agenda, so... Alright, got my coffee. Let's say... There we go. Got my coffee. Let's actually go do something. All right, cool. So that's Nux. He's like the best dude on the internet. He's like got all the political information, dude. So I'll tell you about this argument I had with one of my friends like last night. God, he's so gay. Let's just take a look up here and then see what we get. Let's do Iran. I'll get off of Iran here in a second, but it would be cool to watch some of the explosions. Dude, all right, so this is Babe Benares, real Bob Benares. This is huge. First time the U.S. and Saudi Arabia have announced joint action against Iran. U.S. and Saudi forces carried out precision strikes in eastern Iraq, targeting Iran-backed militia weapons and logistics sites after more than 30 drone attacks over the past 72 hours. So, freaking Iran, like, committed 30 drone attacks? Wait. Wow. So yeah, so they're sending their retarded little fucking suicide drones out there. Typical Iran. They got like their like third world country like suicide drones. That was like the best technology they can come up with, dude. That's like their secret weapon, dude. Some retarded ass drones. All it does is just piss everybody off, and then this is what happens. Those are some nice big explosions, though. That's fun. All right. right, nice, sweet. So, yeah, they're getting blown up. I know that there's going to be a lot of explosions and shit. Breaking: Iran has launched a massive attack on the Abraham Lincoln aircraft. This is clearly visible in the footage. X Twitter, don't remove my video. All right, well, check this out. We can like just go over here and check this. Of course, this is coming from a freaking Asif Ali, so it's coming from a Muslim. Let's just do this. This is the shit that's going on, dude. Did the USS Abraham Lincoln get hit? No, the USS Abraham Lincoln was not hit. Official response: U.S. denials. U.S. Central Command CENTCOM firmly rejected claims from Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps (IRGC) that the aircraft carrier was struck or damaged by missiles, stating the claims were entirely false and that the missiles did not even come close. Continued operations. The military confirmed the ship remained fully operational, continuing to launch aircraft and conduct flight operations in the region without interruption. Origins of the rumors. Iranian claims. Iranian state media repeatedly asserted that the carrier was targeted and forced to withdraw following missile and drone volleys. Fake footage. Social media platforms circulated grainy videos and images, some generated by artificial intelligence, falsely depicting the warship on fire or sinking. Why would you humiliate yourself like this? We'll just go back over here. That's probably AI. Yeah, that looks like AI. Yeah, like, because now there's like a big chunk out of it. That's all fake, dude. That's so fucking fake, dude. Even if that did happen, like, why wouldn't you hit it lower so it would sink? Like, you're dumb. Let's see what everybody else is saying in the comments. This is how dumb they are and how, like, pathetic and desperate they are. And how third world and low 20 IQ they are. So they're, like, not even an enemy at all. Oh my god, dude. I'll just do this. See if this will work. I'm surrounded by retards, dude. All right. I think we're good. So everybody else is saying, dude, it's only got 7,000 likes, 1 million views. Did you get? Yeah, there we go. See how long I stay on X for. So, fake as shit. No boat will get that close to one of our warships. Iran has tried. They shot over 100 drones and guided rockets at one. Not one hit. All one plus weapons. Not one hit. All one plus weapons are now sitting on the seafloor. This is laughable. Just wait. We have some more for you coming soon. Is he giving him his Tylenol? Vitamin B2. That's funny, dude. That was a mostly peaceful protest, dude. Do not contain pallets of cash. Exactly. Yeah. So why isn't Obama getting charged under 18 USC 2381 2331 for high treason and aiding and abetting and providing material support to terrorism? Obviously, they're a terrorist regime that invaded Iran and hijacked their government. Right, I can do this. All right. South Beach. What the heck is this, dude? Yeah, exactly. It's just fake shit. Your propaganda has been declined, dude. That's fucking hilarious, dude. All right, so anyways, that's fake. So yeah, the Muslims in Iran, the IRGC, are like really, really trying fake propaganda campaigns, which is just retarded. And the worst thing is that there's probably people over there that actually believe the fake shit because it makes them feel good, dude. Iran military budget. AI videos 41%, X post 25%, cardboard 17%, Timu missiles 12%, strategy 5%, dude. Yes, dude. All right. Maybe we should stay on X, dude. That's too much, dude. How desperate. Oh, wait. That's the wrong one. Anyways. So, yeah. We're in a war. At least we're actually getting rid of our enemies, not sending them $80 billion in cash like frickin' Trader Biden. Or Trader Obama. Both of them, dude. The most sunken aircraft carrier in history, dude. Guinness World Records, dude. Yeah, it's AI. That is so AI, dude. Anyways, okay, look. So, let's go up to here. Let's see what the liberals are up to. That's what I really need to be doing is shit like this. Oh shit, we're not even done. The situation is extremely serious. John F. Kennedy, dude. What's going on?
Keep going! Go! Head for the rail! Keep going! Keep going! Hand overboard!
He's in the water!
Throw a ring now! On it!
That is fucking AI, dude. So they're making a fake account, fake American John F. Kennedy Jr. Is that verified, dude? Come on, man, dude. There's no way this dude's serious, dude. I'm an AI expert, dumbass. Let's see what people are saying about this one, dude. Dude. John F. K. That's a fake account, dude. Great Awakening, True Sovereignty, Power returns to the people watching the shit unfold. Yeah, John F. Kennedy Jr. wouldn't fucking say anything like that. So this is a fake John F. Kennedy. What? And he's trying to make money and shit. Maybe it is fucking JFK Jr. and he's like literally so low IQ he didn't think that that was, because I mean he's got 144.3 thousand followers. The only way that you could get that is if you duped everybody to think that you actually are JFK Jr. No. Dude, let's see here. Get off the fucking internet, dude. That's a waste of time. Get off the internet, dude. Yeah, anyways, let's see here. Let's just like him, dude. Aziz. It's like they wouldn't even try to do that, dude. Wait. There we go. Okay, anyways, nothing new. Let's look for things where they're getting blown up, because that's actually entertaining. The people that trust the media, dude. It's fucking funny, dude. That's fake. Oh, dude, is this actually Iran?
بسم الله قاسم الجبارین با توجه به شرارت‌ها و اقدامات تروریستی دشمنان آمریکایی صهیونیستی و هدف قرار دادن منازل مسکونی مردم ایران در شهرهای مختلف، نیروهای مسلح جمهوری اسلامی ایران در اقدامی تلافی جویانه محل سکونت فرماندهان و مسئولان سیاسی آمریکا و رژیم صهیونیستی در منطقه و سرزمین‌های اشغالی را هدف قرار خواهند داد و من نصر الا من عند الله العزیز الحکیم.
Dude, are you like, these people really want to die, bro? If you target our houses and people and dude, you mean your soldiers? we're gonna get like your houses and people too, and your political leaders and X, Y, and Z. And it's like, dude, you guys are terrorists. We don't give a shit what you say. It doesn't matter what you do. Like, you're dead.
بسم الله قاسم الجبارین با توجه به شرارت‌ها و اقدامات تروریستی دشمنان آمریکایی صهیونیستی و هدف قرار دادن منازل مسکونی مردم ایران در شهرهای مختلف، نیروهای مسلح جمهوری اسلامی ایران در اقدامی تلافی جویانه محل سکونت فرماندهان و مسئولان سیاسی آمریکا و رژیم صهیونیستی در منطقه و سرزمین‌های اشغالی را هدف قرار خواهند داد و من نصر الا من عند الله العزیز الحکیم.
You guys don't worship God. Allah is not God. Allah is a demon, dude. I mean, none of your religion is even consistent. You have like 80 different fucking versions of the Quran. All the things that you believe in are completely the antithesis of love or virtue. And you literally consistently invaded everybody's countries since you ever existed. Like, you all just gotta go. Was this post relevant to your search? Well, breaking, the U.S. and Saudi Arabia launched joint attacks tonight in western Iran after the rogue regime, hanging on to their last breath, had launched over 30 drones at U.S., Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait. They don't want peace. Democrats never have, never will. It's in the Quran. Yeah. Democrats don't want any peace. Why do you think they're out there screaming in the streets supporting terrorists? Iran has been given just 2 hours. After that, the world could witness one of the most devastating airstrikes ever. No more warnings. The countdown has begun. Dude, like, you're gonna get fucking wiped out, dude. VP JD Vance. Damn, dude. Yeah, this is a good one, dude. Wait, what? Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Yeah. Can I add a GIF in there, dude? Probably not. Maybe? Yes? No, because it doesn't... Whatever, dude. Anyways, there we go. Boom. Start building up my X account again. Dude, the Democrats have wiped out so many of my fucking accounts, dude. I have to like lay low, dude, and like try to like a submarine, just like be hella subterfuge, dude. Yeah, that's cool. Damn, dude. So the IRGC, dude. This has got to be AI, dude. Your desert talk, dude. Oh, fucking dude, this is probably fake too, dude. It's a Russian helicopter, dude. Why is all the idiots in Iran an idiot moog, dude? Go fuckers are so dumb, dude. You think people won't even notice the Russian star on him? Mi-24 Russian helicopter, dude. That's from the Iranian press, dude. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Oh my god, dude. This war just gets funnier every single fucking day, dude. Dude, this is a true war, dude. When you're wiping somebody out and they're making up all the fake... That is a fucking... That's not even the same fucking helicopter, dude. God damn it. Helicopter. In the beginning, isn't even the same helicopter. Fuck, dude. That is flying, and that is not in Iran. Does anybody else notice the grass and trees? Since when did Iran have any of those? It's just sand and herds of goats hiding behind sand dunes. Damn. Sand and goats hiding behind sand dunes, shivering from exploitation. Oh my god, dude. Just give up, dude. Right. Fuck, dude. What a waste of fucking time, dude. Oh my god, dude. Ah, dude. It's so fucking painful, dude. And they got their fucking... That's what gets me, dude. They got their little Islamic fucking sounds on there, too, dude. Alright, so we're fighting a pathetic enemy. Blown out holes, dude. Oh, dude. Might as well start putting all their goats in burkas too, dude. Oh, dude. Fake news connoisseurs will be creaming their pants because it's utter rubbish, dude. Oh god. First off, the helicopter is Russian. Second, that is not the Middle East. Whoever is posting this is making Iran look extremely stupid and foolish, dude. The military is so incapable that they're all just victims in a shooting gallery now, dude. Fucking retarded, dude. Oh my god, dude. The whole basis of Islam is to lie, invade, and grape everybody's daughters. He must have been an unqualified white male who had recently shaved. What? Definitely sounds like a made up story, dude. Oh, look, another idiot. Anyways, let's do this. Iran explosions. This is a little bit more entertaining. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm like getting distracted. Even the UAE is fucking bombing Iran, dude. Dude, why would you try to put out a fire like that with a bottle of water? Get the fuck out of here, dude. A bottle of water is not going to put out that fire. Exactly, dude. Got more bombs coming. See you soon. All right. The lull didn't hold. Iran fired missiles at U.S. forces in Jordan. The U.S. and Saudi Arabia struck back jointly in Iraq. Entry into the war, dude. The Iran's war's lull didn't even last 3 days. Iran attempted a surprise missile attack on U.S. forces in Jordan, all intercepted. Hours after Trump called talks very friendly and hosted Netanyahu at the White House. Okay, it's just getting boring now, dude. Everybody's talking about, oh, dude, was his hands all fucked up? Hezbollah terrorist injured by pager explosions visit Iran. Unbelievable that they also paid Israel 1.6 million euros for these pagers, dude. That is actually one of the funniest fucking stories, dude. Let's see here, dude. Should I?
جيتك يا علي كلمة بيها أحلى صدور يرضى العاطفة جيت أزورك.
Dude, this is the footage that nobody ever shows, dude. I should like fucking... I need to rip this video and put it on my social media, dude. That's funny. Like, why are you crying in a mosque, dude? God isn't there. Like, you don't have God in your mosques. What's it gonna do? Make your hands fucking grow back? Oh, you poor victims. They act like they're all victims crybabying. Why would you post this shit, dude? Why would you post this shit and humiliate yourselves even more, dude? All you're doing is just being a crybaby, dude. Ugh. Dude, look at those fucking gnarly ass fucking wounds, dude. Damn, dude, just pieces of your hand gone. Dude, you're holding your pager right at that time. That's what they need to do is like the pager, they need to put little spikes in it so that like when they check it, it knows like when the face is there and then the spikes shoot out and hit them in the fucking face. Dude, these guys are getting decimated, bro.
سيدي مخلص العمر كله باهات وصبور عيون ما تبطل دميع دايب مثل الشمر بيني عن هذا الكلام دنيتي كلها ظلام جوري من هذا الزمان ردت من عندك امان ردت من عندك امان اشكي يمك شكوتي هدرت.
You think they'd just stop starting wars everywhere and murdering everybody's daughters and raping them and invading everybody's countries and governments and shit and just like mind their own business and stay with their goats? But no, dude. And then they put crybaby propaganda on here, which is insane. Like, why would you ever put crybaby propaganda anywhere? Like, you're out of your freaking minds, dude. Oh, God. Yeah, dude, this is so dumb. So dumb, dude. Anyways, let's continue.
تقضي حاجتي جيت ازورك جيت ازورك.
That's retard. Oh, I can't say that on YouTube. I want to rip that video, dude. Dude. Fucking hilarious, dude. That's hilarious, dude. Oh god, dude. This is so painful just watching this stupid shit. Share. Dude, I thought I just reposted it with a quote. Some more pathetic Islam crybaby propaganda. While they lose all the wars they start, this entire DNA profile needs to be effaced from Earth history and time for eternity. Vote for me as president. I will do it overnight. Have a PhD in self-humiliation. Okay, some more explosions. So you're getting wiped out. The Emirates just launched airstrikes deep inside Iran. So now we got UAE, the Emirates hitting them, Saudi Arabia hitting them. I think there's somebody else, dude. We're hitting them. And anyways, I think Russia needs to start hitting them, dude. It's so funny when people like when IRGC or like Muslim Iranians post shit because all they're doing is just exposing and their like humiliation. They're gonna get Chinese air defense missile launchers, which won't work against any of our jets. The heck? A major Iranian military complex in Khojar, one of Iran's key ballistic missile production systems, dude. I guess they sprayed the bomber to like cool it off or something. I don't know, it's kind of cool. Well, that's neat. Anyways, we should look at something else. Oh, wait. Pro-Iran militias in Iraq have officially announced at least 20 killed and 32 wounded in last night's airstrikes by the U.S. and Saudi militaries. So they're all dead. Right? Congratulations, artards. Anyways. Fuck, dude. What is there to even talk about? What's going on here, dude?
همزمان با صدای انفجارهای دلانگیز هیچ وقت حالا تو خونمون نخوردی ببینی چه بدبختی سرمون میاد این همه زن و بچه بیگناه ندیدی که به ترامپ و بنیامین نتانیاهو.
Dude, so this girl said that the attacks in Iran are charming. And so now they abducted a little girl and are going to execute her because she said that the attacks are charming. Fuck, dude. Ugh. Every day with this shit, dude. Ugh, yeah, dude. So the attacks are charming, but since you guys can't fight men, you abducted a little girl to murder because that's all you can do. All you're doing is making the entire planet hate you even more. We got more bombs coming. Nothing you do is going to help any of you. Dude, this is crazy.
پیام تشکر میدی، پیام درود میدی.
اشتباه کردم، من اینجوری شدم فقط. من هیچ کاری بچم به خدا.
بچه نیستی، شما یه جوان 22 ساله‌ای.
نوروز 1405 ما نوروزمون رو دیگه با ایران اینترنشنال جشن می‌گیریم، به امید آزادی جاویدکا. وقتی مست می‌کنیم که کله باچه می‌خوریم میگیم سینه بزن به خاطر اول فصل. الان بگیرم و میبرم دهنه بزاریم.
فکر می‌کردی شناسایی بشی؟
So they abducted a little girl, dude, because they can't fight real men. All right, nothing. What's going on here? It's like, dude, I want to go back, but I can't, dude. What's this, dude?
Say hello to my little friend. Say hello.
Dude. All right, we got to go back. What the fuck is this, dude? Anti-error today. They tested this system in areas near. We'll just blow it up. Fucking dude.
President Trump reportedly close to a decision on what he calls a massive attack. He's also set to meet Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu next Tuesday at the White House. And that meeting could help shape what comes next. The United States now has launched strikes on the radical Islamic regime of Iran, military targets, and 13 straight nights of it, and other strategic points there. I'm Harris Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus. Earlier today, U.S.-led forces shot down 5 explosive drones over Erbil. That's near an airport base that hosts American troops. Witnesses are reporting at least 7 explosions, several plumes of black smoke. Local security officials reporting no one was killed in any of that, no damage to mention, and there is no evidence the base itself was hit. The incident raises fresh concerns for U.S. forces in the region. And the United States is rapidly degrading Iran's military.
Gas explosions reported across Iran, dude. Fucking net not Yahoo, dude. 666 reposts, dude. 666, dude. I'm the one that fucking ruined that number, dude. Is there anything going on in this? What is this? Right. Both cities contain facilities important to Iran's nuclear program. Central Iran. God, these guys are dumb. Why would you try to build nuclear weapons, dude? And think that we're not going to fucking, like, annihilate you? Especially when you've already said that you're going to nuke us, dude, right? So you said that you're going to nuke us. The whole intention was to nuke us. So you went and built these fucking things to nuke us, and then you got blown up. Just like low IQ, dude. 20 IQ. Anyways, that's it. We're not going to watch Iran anymore. Yeah. All right, so what else? Oh, yeah. Let's see what libs of TikTok are doing. I need to start going and recording all the liberals in our whole area, dude, and sending it to libs at TikTok. That's what I fucking need to do, dude. Leftist state worker fired. School trans policy exposed. Upside down American flag fixed, and more. This was a week of big wins for LOTT. Wow. The fuck is going on? Full story here. Fire station. St. Louis flying American flags upside down because that's not treason. Bro, you guys better have respect for fucking America, dude. You have no idea what will happen to you. Oh my god. You're out of your minds. State Bureau investigated staffer fired for not complying with ICE. Shannon DeSharo, an assistant general counsel for Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, posted a video of herself online having an unhinged meltdown where she appeared to threaten ICE and say she will not cooperate with them. And so now you're fired. She would be pretty if she stopped wearing suits and grew her hair out and put on some lingerie and stopped being a liberal. In the video, she states, "I'm going to make it an ICE agent's problem. I don't have to effing comply with ICE. We have to make their lives effing miserable." 2 weeks after our initial report exposing her comments and multiple reactions from state officials calling for her termination, Shannon was fired from her position within the state. Yeah! Get rid of them, dude. Oh my god. I still want to kind of try to seduce her, dude. I'd like send her a letter that says, grow your hair out and I might take you to a vegan dinner. Kansas school district faces potential legal action for secret transgender policies. Oh, wow, dude. Kansas City, Kansas public schools. Last month, the libs of TikTok received whistleblower footage from inside Kansas City, Kansas public schools, showing school officials discussing strategies for secretly hiding students' gender changes from parents. That's insane. This is why they are groomers, dude. They're not just groomers, they're pedos. So only pedos would do that, dude. Following our report, Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon issued a letter to Kansas City, Kansas public schools demanding they cease all enforcement of their secret transgender guidelines, dude. The district must also publicly commit to following FERPA laws and direct all staff to do the same. Failure to do so will result in immediate legal action. Any school pushing radical transgender ideology on children needs to be held accountable. Yes, exactly. Senator Thune website exposed for woke MX honorific. Republican Senate leader John Thune, who's failing to pass the Save America Act, had offered the non-binary honorific MX option to contact him online. Wow. Within a few hours of our post going live, the MX option was removed from his website. If only he passed the Save America Act as fast as he removed this woke nonsense from his website. Any politician, Democrat or Republican, deserves to be called out for using woke gender identity language. Dude, the radical left will never stop their campaign to destroy common sense and American values. That's crazy, dude. That is, dude, all of these are just whack. Crazy, dude. Let's see here. What police chief of Seattle lives in Chicago? What? Insane. Seattle Police Chief Sean Barnes was asked by Cho Shao how often he travels to Chicago, where he lives, to see his wife and kids. Barnes replies, I don't travel as often as I would like to, then turns to Socialist Mayor Katie Wilson and says, affordability is what? Affordability is something we are working on, right? For his apartment in Seattle when he gets paid over $374,000 a year. Barnes was out of town during the shooting at the Bite of Seattle, yet another high-profile incident he was MIA for.
Was also getting an award from the.
Do you want to just squash the discourse about you not being in town enough?
Yeah, part of being a leader is being here, being visible, and being.
You're not a leader, and you're not there, and you're not visible. So shut up. Ah, dude, you live in Chicago. Why the hell are you doing police work in Seattle, dude? So, an illegal alien who was driving drunk and killed a Connecticut cop and his girlfriend just had her bond reduced by a Democrat-appointed judge, Judge Sean McGinnis. So, these judges have to be removed from the bench because they are not enforcing the fucking law. Instead, what they're doing is they're giving passes to people because they're brown. Oh my God, somebody's brown. They're disenfranchised. They're, oppressed. So we'll just let them murder everybody and violate all the laws of our country without any recourse or consequences. Dude, what the hell is going on, dude? This is insane, dude. This is insane, dude. University of Alabama at Birmingham was given a $316,000 grant to study the vaginal health for transgender men on testosterone. Dude, they don't even have vaginas. That's crazy. That is out of this world, dude. Could you imagine being an actual student for like something important, like becoming a doctor, and you can't even get a grant, and these people are getting grants to like study something that is like doesn't exist? Fauci did this. He stole so much from us. He should be in prison. They put people in music inside little tents. This is like ridiculous, dude. The fuck is this shit? Oh god, dude. The whole COVID thing was stupid, dude. Yeah, this is an epidemic. More trans violence. Safford James Wolfson, a man pretending to be a woman, was arrested in California after he allegedly brutally beat his own mother to death with a fucking hammer. He is currently being held on $1 million bail. This is an epidemic, dude. This is out of control, dude. His own mother beat his own mother to death with a hammer, dude. Fry that fucker. All right, dude. Chair. That's what we need, dude. Vote for me as president. When I'm president, any type of shit like this, dude, and I'm like gonna be bringing back electric chairs, guillotines, firing squads, gas chambers, furnaces. I'm bringing it all back, dude. Nooses, yeah. Yeah, dude, dude, if you electrocuted this dude, like, it would stink so bad. It would be like the grossest fucking smell, especially because it's like liberal, dude. Like, if you ever smelled like a liberal burn before, dude, it's like the grossest fucking odor, dude, ever. Dude, Moore County, North Carolina school board candidate Olivia Oxendine says she was upset when she was a teacher because most of her students were white.
Section, my first period.
What the fuck is going on, dude? What is going on in our world, dude? Who the hell would say anything like this, dude? This shit is insane, dude.
Of the day. Students. But it was about building real attendant. The superintendent's office was in the same building of my classroom. And I was a little bit upset because even though we had integrated, my first section, my first period of the day was made up of predominantly white students, the second students. But it was about building real attendant. The superintendent's office was in the same building of my classroom. And I was a little bit upset because even though we had integrated, my first section, my first period of the day was made up of predominantly white students, the second students. But it was about building real attendant. The superintendent's office was in the same building of my classroom. And I was a little bit upset because even though we had integrated, my first section, my first period of the day was made up of predominantly white students, the second students.
Florida Democrat governor candidate David Jolly calls laws banning sex change surgery for kids draconian, dude. What is going on, dude? This is insane, dude. You know what's actually draconian? Chopping off confused kids' body parts. Yeah, exactly. That's draconian as fuck, dude. What the hell?
Their child could be removed from their home. And as a family, we embraced it. We sought the right pathways, the medical pathways, the gender affirming care for this grandchild. And this was when Tallahassee was wrestling with this really, draconian legislation during a special election called about, or a special session called about insurance, I think, led them to this other issue. And he said, look, if this legislation passes, the doctor will be arrested for continuing to care for my grandchild. The parents could lose their child could be removed from their home. And as a family, we embraced it. We sought the right.
We're at war. All right, so we're at war with Islam, and we are at war with the Illuminati. We are at war with liberals and LGBxT. Yeah. We don't lose wars. We win our wars, every single one. Dude, DHS has added another 5,000 criminal illegal aliens to our worst of the worst website. We are more committed than ever to deliver on the American people's mandate to arrest and deport illegal aliens from our country. Scoop. DHS tells me they're adding 5,000 illegal aliens to their WOW website, which tracks ICE arrests and already lists over 40,000 criminals. They shared with me the worst of the worst recent additions. Yeah, dude, these people are running around raping everybody's children, daughters. That's what's insane. Does anybody else notice that they're all wait. E1, B1, A, and DNA? Or is it just me? I mean, it's pretty obvious, dude. I bet you all the local arresting agencies mark them down as Christian, white, cis male, even though their name is Jose Garcia. That's exactly what they were doing on the freaking, I swear to God, dude. I forgot exactly which department it was. It was like the Department of Justice, I think, or like the DOJ, dude. It was either I don't think it was HSI. I don't think HSI would do that because they're like directly connected to ICE, but like it was one of the freaking judicial departments, and I had saved the information but couldn't find it, which means I have to like look for it again. But I pulled up their booking list, dude, and they had like it was like thousands of fucking Jose Garcias, and they were all marked down as white cis male, and obviously it's a Mexican name, dude. They didn't mark them down as brown because that's what they are. Yeah, look at that, dude. Crazy. Crazy, dude. Yeah. Colt Gray, the mentally ill lunatic who shot up Appalachia High School in Georgia, killing 4, sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Well, at least he got one E1B1, another E1B1. Too bad he got like 2 maybe Americans. It depends because she kind of looks liberal, so we have to know if she's liberal or not. If she's liberal, it doesn't matter. If she's not a liberal, then it really matters. Oh, wow. So Raul Gutierrez, who stole a rifle and ammo from a vandalized FBI car during an anti-ICE riot in Minnesota, has been sentenced to 54 months in prison. His accomplice, Alexia Miranda, previously pleaded guilty to possessing a stolen firearm and will be sentenced in October. God, they're so ugly, dude. Look how ugly these people are, dude. What the heck is going on, dude? And then they wonder why they have 0 girlfriends. Anyways, what are they doing to babies again?
Put your mask on. No, you gotta wear it on, honey. No, you gotta keep it on. Put your mask on. There you go. Keep it right
And then they force them to wear a rainbow on their face, dude. That kid does not want to fucking have a rainbow on his face, dude.
Look, we're gonna keep it right here.
Why do LGBxT always target everybody else's children, dude? Like, they are not happy because, like, they can't do whatever they want to everybody else's children, and they're never going to have any children of their own unless they're freaking molesting them. Yeah, so that's the F4T woman that drove over a cop. Illegal alien TDA gang member Luis Nino Moncada pleads guilty to damaging a government vehicle. ICE was conducting a targeted vehicle stop when he used his car as a weapon and repeatedly slammed into them. He faces a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison, a $250,000 fine, 1 year of supervised release, and is subject to deportation. Dude, just fucking put him in prison for the max, and then take all of his money and then deport him. It's simple. Vote for me as president. When you vote for me as president, we do what's sensible, right? This is basic common sense, dude. You annihilate the fucker. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, just look at this shit, dude. Why are any of these people even free? The heck is going on? We have a serious mental health problem in the West, dude.
Good question.
Alright, enough of that, dude. Fuck. Okay, so it's all the same stuff. If it's a Mexican boy, just, why would you even go out there? They're supposed to be good at swimming. claps. That dude must be so exhausted from trying to swim, dude. But yeah, we don't need any more of those in America, so it doesn't matter. God, dude, his girlfriend was pretty enough. Connecticut cop was just killed along with his girlfriend Brittany Islami when illegal alien Melissa Ramirez crashed into them while driving drunk. Ramirez's blood alcohol level was twice the legal limit. Connecticut has sanctuary policies that blocks cooperation with ICE. This is who Democrats are working to protect. That's going straight on Instagram. Ugh, fuck, dude. Get out of here. All right. Anyways, I think that's it for tonight. I'll think of some better shit to look up later. Whatever topics you want me to research or do deep research or analyze or discuss, or any ideas, comments, or opinions you got, post them in the comments below, and I will engineer my research and discussions and topics around whatever you guys are most interested in, or whatever you think needs to be discussed. In addition to what is relevant or whatever's the biggest news at that current period of time. Anyways, sayonara, motherfuckers.